Well, here we are again with Leuven Shave, learning curve, and she continues to teach us. As I'd mentioned earlier, I had built this boat with the available material, right? So my gunnels are just a shade under an inch thick, and they're 2 inches wide. The dimension is more normally 1 inch or even inch and a quarter thick and 3 inches wide. And she served well. You know, she's got over 1,000 kilometers passed under her keel in 3 years. But we've noticed recently that the hull started to work a little bit here at the second thwart, which tells me, again, you know, we've tested the limits of the design, and 2 inches is good, but not quite good enough. So what we've done yesterday, we've sort of put in a splint, as it were, of 1/2 inch yellow cedar between the 4 thwarts, screwed down, and later we'll also bed it with polysulfide compound to strengthen it. But the knees had been doweled into the gunnel with 3/8 dowel to act more as a register pin rather than to hold it. But this side, the starboard side, the stiffener that we did, we put these in yesterday, and then Ryan and I went out for a 10K row, and we found that this side was stable as anything, but the port side was still working a bit. So what I've done is I drilled a pilot hole down the middle of the 3/8 hardwood pin dowel, and then ran a screw down it to spread the dowel to lock it in place. So that's an interim solution. Now come winter, I've got a week off in January, so come winter we're going to strip the skin off her and then put a second 1/2 inch by 7/8 strip down the outboard surface, the outboard face of the upper gunnel, possibly lower gunnel as well, and that'll bring the upper gunnel to a full 3 inches wide. That will also correct for well, it's not nail sickness yet, but this boat's had 2 skins, and the outer surface of the gunnels are starting to get quite a few holes in them. So by putting a veneer, 1/2 inch veneer on top of that, we're presenting a fresh surface to be nailed into, and that 1/2 inch veneer will be glued in place, probably epoxy, to stiffen the hull. So it's Sunday morning, it's a little after 8 o'clock. It's a bit gusty out there, so I'm waiting for my crew to show up, and then we'll take her out for a sort of a ginger sort of exploration to see if that stopgap measure holds, or if it continues to work. Because if it does continue to work, it's going to rather limit the length of our journeys, our explorations for the rest of the season. We've been talking about going out to Passage Island, which is about a 25K round trip out in the open Gulf. But we're a little reluctant to do that if we continue to have this slight working at the gunnels at this point. So stay tuned.